Dear student, today we will learn the force that is acting between the two parallel current carrying. So let's suppose there are two conductors, okay, which carrying, this is the conductor A and this is the conductor B, okay, which carry the current IA and IB. And you know that students, that whenever the current is flowing through a conductor, whenever the current is flowing through a wire, there is a generation of electric field, magnetic field, and that magnetic field exerts a force on the other conductor. Suppose in this conductor the magnetic field is BA, so it is this magnetic field exerts a force of this conductor, and the magnetic field of this B conductor is suppose this is BB. So this magnetic field of this B conductor will exert a force on magnetic field of A conductor. Okay. Now what we know? We know that force on a single straight current carrying wire is defined as F equal to I L B. Okay. That formula we know. So we have to use that of that formula. We will take that formula into use. What happened? When force on FA equal to the IA into this, suppose this length is L, suppose this length is L, so IA into L into, now we need to understand, we are finding the force on A. So magnetic field of B, conductor B, will apply the force on current carrying conductor A. So here we have to write B. Okay. Now we can write force on A equal to IA into L into the magnetic field in the straight current carrying wire is mu naught I upon 2 pi d. Suppose this distance is d and this is IB. Okay, this is IB. So this term is the magnetic field of a wire, of a straight current carrying wire. This is the magnetic field of a straight current carrying wire. Okay. Now we can write here FA equal to IA into IB into mu naught into L upon 2 pi d. So that is a very simple expression, student, for finding out the force between the two parallel conductors. The same force we will get in the conductor number 2 also, conductor number B also. Okay, but the expression will be same. Now we are going to learn the current on a torque on a loop. Whenever current is flowing from a loop, there is a torque acting on this loop. So we need to find a torque acting on a loop. Okay. So torque acting on a loop. For that we have to draw a first diagram. Torque acting on a loop. So let's suppose here I am drawing the diagram. Let's suppose this is North Pole, this is our loop, and this is South Pole. And this loop is connected to a battery. Now what happens as soon as this loop and the size of this loop are A, B, C. These are the sides of this loop. Okay. Now you can see this is a permanent magnet. We have used the north and south pole. So they will create a field. They will create a field, B field, from north to south. Okay. Now in this circuit we can see there is the ABCD. The arm AB is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Arm BC is parallel to the magnetic field. The arm AD is parallel to the magnetic field. The arm CD is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Those arms who are perpendicular to the magnetic field, only in that the force can be only in that arm the force can be exerted, and those arms which is parallel to the magnetic field, in that arm the force cannot be exerted. Why we have learned that force equal to I L cross B. So this is nothing but I L B sin theta. If sin is 90, sin 90 is 1, and if the in the arm BC and CD they are parallel to the magnetic field, so angle is 0, so force is 0. Okay. Now we need to understand, we have to derive a formula for the torque. Suppose this distance is A. Here we have to define a new quantity, which is the dipole moment. Okay, that we will learn slowly in this as a result of this expression. So we are finding the torque. Okay, so let's suppose the current is flowing in this direction, and here the current is flowing in this direction. So if the current is flowing in this direction, it will experience a torque. Into that it want to rotate. So we need to find the direction of force applied to this conductor on this AB and CD. For that we use a simple cross product rule. Okay. So F equal to, we know that F equal to I L cross B. Okay. Here the length is, suppose this length is suppose this length is B. This length is B. Suppose this length is B. The length of the AB and CD will be B. So I F equal to I L B. So we can say that you have to put your finger in the direction of L and move your finger across in the direction of B. So your thumb will give the direction of force. You put your finger in the direction of L and move your finger in the direction of B. So your thumb will give the direction of force. So here force is downward. Here force is downward. Here force will be downward. And now you have to put your fingers. You have to put your fingers just like that. You have to put your fingers in this direction. For this arm CD, you have to put your fingers in this direction and turn towards B. So your thumb will give the direction of here. The thumb is giving the direction upward. So in the CD portion, the force is upward. The force is upward. So here we can say in the CD portion the force is upward. Let's suppose this is F1 and this is F2. Okay. So here in this arm the force acting is downward. Simply turn this finger towards the magnetic field. Your thumb will give the direction, and here you have to curl your finger in the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so your thumb will give the direction of force. Now what we have to do? We have to just make another diagram. Suppose this is the arm AB, this is the arm AB, and this is the arm C. Okay. Now on arm AB, the force is acting downward F1, and on arm CD, the force is acting upward F2. Okay, and these arms are separated by a center distance of A by 2 and here A by 2. And one more thing is that F1 equal to F2 equal to I L B. Here length is B. Okay, so I B B. Okay, so F1 equal to F2 equal to F. So we can write here torque equal to होता बेटा force into perpendicular distance. So F1 into perpendicular distance A by 2 plus F2 into perpendicular distance A by 2. Now if we put the value F1 and F2 equal to F here, the torque will be F into A by 2 plus F into A by 2. So F into A by 2 will be Fa, and now finally we are putting the value of FIBB. Okay, so IBBA. Okay, and this BA is nothing but IBB into A. So this BA is area, because this length is A, this length is B, so this is the area of the loop. So IBA. And I rewrite this equation IAB. So this product of this I into A is known as dipole moment vector. Okay, is known as dipole moment vector. So here I can write tau equal to mb. Okay, tau equal to mb. So this dipole moment signifies that whenever the current loop is placed in a magnetic field, how much torque it will experience. So this is a dipole moment, and it is given by the product of I into A. I into area of the loop, product of the current into area of the loop, and this dipole moment vector symbolize it is just as the area vector. It is just acting like the area vector. Suppose this is the book, so the area vector is pointing toward this what? So here, this is the coil. Okay, so its dipole moment is pointing toward this, pointing in this direction. Okay, so it is just acting like the area vector. Now we are going to look another another section of this, you can say this loop. Whenever, suppose what the condition is that here the angle made by the dipole moment vector to the plane is 90 degree. So this angle will be 90 degree. Okay, it is making angle 90 degree with the B field. Okay, so with the magnetic field it is making angle 90 degree. Now what happens if the loop is rotated? If the loop is rotated, surely there will be angle between the field and this dipole moment vector. Surely if the loop is rotated, surely there will be angle between the magnetic field and dipole moment vector. And you know that the dipole moment vector is perpendicular to this plane. So we are going to learn that quantity also. Now we have to run this diagram. Now what happens, student? The coil is flipped. Okay. The coil is flipped. So I have to see the diagram also. So here, this is north. Coil is flipped. Okay. This is south and this is inward and outward. Okay. We can draw this diagram here. The coil is rotated. So here, this is the dipole moment vector. Okay. So this is a big field. So we can make this diagram here as well. Now AB and CD are horizontal. Okay. AB and CD. Okay. And this coil is rotated by an angle. This coil is rotated by an angle. So this is the horizontal. Not the ABCD. Coil is rotated by an angle. Okay. Theta. This is the diagram for this. This is the flip coil. Okay. Coil is rotated. This coil is rotated like that. Okay. So this is the AB and this is the CD. Okay. This is dipole moment vector M, and this dipole moment vector. This is the B field. Field is horizontal. This is dipole moment vector B is theta with the B field. That's what I am saying to you. This dipole moment vector is making angle theta with the B field, and here the angle is 90 minus theta. Okay, here the angle is 90 minus theta, and this length is a by 2. Length is a by 2. This length is a by 2. Now torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So you know that here the force is acting in this direction, and here the force is acting in upward direction. So force into perpendicular. What will be the perpendicular? Of course, the perpendicular distance is this horizontal distance. Perpendicular distance is this horizontal distance. So how to find out this horizontal distance? So you have to find the cos component of this a by 2 in this direction. The horizontal distance will be a by 2 cos 90 minus theta. Okay. So torque will be F into a by 2 cos 90 minus theta plus F into a by 2 cos, this is F1, this is F2 cos 90 minus theta, because we have taken the value of F1, F2 equal to F itself. Okay. So F1 into a by 2 sin theta plus F2 into a by 2 sin theta, and F1 equal to F2 equal to F. So it will be F a by 2 sin theta plus F a by 2 sin theta. Okay. F into a by 2 sin theta, F into a by 2 sin theta. This will become F. So we put the value of F. F is nothing but I B into B, I into B into D. So firstly we have to sum it up. So f into a into sin theta dot. Now we have to put the value of f here. So I am writing here cos is equal to f is I into ILB, I into B into B into A sin theta, I into ILB, so I into B into B into A sin theta. So this B A will be the area of the loop. Okay, so tau equal to I into B into A sin theta. So this can be written as I into A B sin theta, and this IA is nothing but the dipole moment vector. So this torque can be written as, here I am writing, torque can be written as MB sin theta, or torque can be written as M cos B. So this is the torque on a loop. Okay, so I hope you understand there is a little mechanics involved in it. Okay, so don't worry, understand this properly, and if you have a doubt, so comment in the comment box, the WhatsApp group that we have picked for. Thank you.